My beautiful generator, you think that you just need to push harder. You think that you just have to do a little bit more. Just sacrifice just a tiny bit more. And then people will finally see your worth. And then people will finally love you. And then people will finally ask you to be, and you'll be indisposable, and nobody will ever abandon you. And that's not what happens. The truth is that no matter how hard you hustle, that is not the way to a person's heart. And that is not the way that you collaborate magic with the universe so that you can attract a soulmate, abundance, and incredible opportunities in your life. The number one way that you as a generator can see that you're doing work correctly is that you're so busy, focused, and excited on what you're doing every day that you don't even have time to think about the future or think about what you're lacking. Because you are so in the moment of your creative force, you're so soaked into the juices of your creative nature that you don't even have time to worry about like, oh my God, how am I gonna make money in the future? Because opportunities are coming left and right towards you because your aura is magnetizing, pulling those opportunities and people into your life that are magically aligned, and everything just feels like it's growing and is expansive. And if you don't have this feeling and you're not having this experience, then watch until the end of this video because I'm gonna break down how you can get there. Let's go. Hello and welcome to the Human Design Portal, your safe space to decondition so that you can connect to the right people, opportunities, and chances in your life. If you're new here, my name is Maika Gabriela and I'm a human design reader, the founder of the Transformational Human Design Certification, and every week on Sunday, 6 p.m. CST, I will drop a video that shares human design knowledge in a very tangible, approachable way. So please take a moment to subscribe and like this video because it means the world to me to see this community grow, and it keeps me motivated to show up here for you every single Sunday. Thank you. Did you know that people pleasing is actually a way of creating control? That it is in fact not at all selfless, but it is a way to relieve yourself from the shame of not being enough. Relieve yourself from the shame of being rejected or the fear of being abandoned. And so if you become indisposable for everybody around you, you make sure that nobody can leave. But when we're holding somebody against their will, we deep down know they do not love us for who we truly are. They do not stay because they want to commit to us, but rather because I've coerced them into this weird dynamic. And so the number one thing that I want you to take away as a generator is understanding your power of giving, your power of support, your energetic consistency that is such a force of nature, and how you can utilize it in a way that creates boundaries so that people don't take you for granted. Because I think the main thing as generators is that you are so in that giving mode, like in the supporting mode. Let me do for you. I got it handled. I will figure this out. And this is beautiful. And when you do it, focusing your energy on things that fill you up and are truly a full body yes in your sacral, in your gut, where you're like, woohoo, let's go. Amazing. But if this is not the case, I want to introduce the Kabbalistic concept of the bread of shame and why overgiving will actually damage your worth in the eyes of others, okay? So, number one thing I want to break down, let me see, I just got my coffee here. Let's take a sip. Number one thing I want to break down is this. Giving for a generator. You might have noticed that the more you give, the shittier people treat you. And you're like, but why? I'm giving even more, and I'm giving even more, and you're treating me even worse, like a doormat. Why? Because there's this concept of bread of shame. Bread of shame is a shameful feeling that we get when we receive too much for something that we deep down know we haven't earned, okay? So all of us have a body, have a vessel, like this coffee glass. When you put in water in there, or you fill it up with coffee, the vessel, us, we can only hold so much. When people give us love, give us attention, give us their undivided time, energy, our vessel can only hold so much. What happens when the vessel can't hold, but you keep on giving? it overflows. And then the vessel experiences shame. I can't hold it. It's too much. It's overflowing. I am wasting. I am incapable of taking it in. It's going to waste. And so when the vessel is feeling shame, it will project that shame onto you, because your act of overgiving is making me, the vessel, feel like shit. Okay? This is why when you overgive and when you sacrifice too much for others, others can only take so much. And when they're experiencing their own shame and not being able to hold all of what you're giving, they will treat you badly. They will make you feel the way they feel through the shame they're experiencing through your overgiving. We got that? And so we need to understand that when you are always focusing on others, you're actually going against your inherent energetic mechanics, because you're here to really follow your gut. And oftentimes there can be the subconscious belief that that makes you selfish. But the truth is, being a people pleaser is way more selfish. Do you see why? And so what you need to do instead of pushing and hustling harder to make things work is to pull back that energy into your sacral, into your joy, into what is it that I actually love doing? Because that is what radiates your aura. That is what makes you magnetic. When you just focus on your own lane, we can see this so clearly with social media and people who stand out. If you look at accounts from people who suddenly blow up, it's because they're doing the thing that they love doing without entailing pleasing anybody else. The more unique and weird people are, the more they stand out. We can love them, we can hate them, but they will find their crowd who loves them and who hates them, right? Either way, they stand out. Not because they're necessarily being controversial, which also is part of it, right? But it's because they're just doing their own thing. They're consistently, generator energy, stepping forward, generator energy, doing what they love and they're excited about, right? I recently saw this creator who's gained, 1 million followers in 6 months or something like that, by eating her skincare or telling everybody, listen, you do not need Botox, you just need to rub a peeled banana on your face. I mean, questionable, I'm gonna say, but to each their own. I have an open ajna, I have an open crown, I like it, I like what I see, that's cool. But it is more about understanding that if you want to create abundance and a successful business, you will not, achieve it by doing what you've been told is the only way. You need to have a newsletter, you need to be on social media, you need to No. What excites you? Do you get super fired up about creating the most beautiful Instagram posts by doing collages and photographing them and double exposing pictures? Maybe. Maybe you want to tell storytelling, and maybe you're somebody who's you know what, I'm gonna do 20-minute YouTube videos where I share a story with visuals and whatever. Maybe you absolutely despise the idea of doing a newsletter, but suddenly you're oh, I could share my poetry over there. That would be super cute. I'd love an outlet for my poetry that I do alone in my house, and I just take a picture, it's written in my hand, super easy, and the feedback is incredible. Right? Why? Because you're doing it different. You're not sitting there and you're this, I'm gonna sell today you have 50% off. So looking at life, looking at your business, looking at everything you're doing through that perspective of what is the actual thing that excites me? How can I create a life that brings more joy to me? And once you start daring to step into that energy, you will notice that first of all, you're so focused on your energy peak in that phase of creation, in the doing, that you don't even have time to worry about the future or to worry about if there's new clients coming or not new clients coming. You'll be so damn focused on the thing that you're excited about that you'll be happy and you'll be done and you'll be and then when you look up, you'll see the magnetism you've created. You'll see how the money and the abundance and the opportunities and the amazing clients and people will come into your life. But the first step needs to come from you. And instead of trying to please everybody else and trying to get everybody else's attention by doing what they want, you need to cut that energy and focus really on what it is your sacral is telling you. And that sacral, honoring that sacral gut visceral hell yes is going to be your key to success. If you've enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe. Leave your comments below. I'd love to know what other things you'd like me to go into deeper as a generator or in human design in general, and share this with your community. anybody you think that could appreciate this video and the information in this video. And remember, I don't care what anybody says, I love you.